stay. Hey, hey, we say Social Security has to stay. Hey, hey, we say Medicare has got to stay. Hey, hey, we say Medicare has got to stay. Hey, hey, we say Medicare has got to stay. Hey, hey, we say Medicare has got to stay. Hey, hey, we say green jobs right away. Hey, hey, we say green jobs right away. Hey, hey, we say green jobs right away. Don't kill jobs, stop free trade. 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 Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Can you feel the solidarity? Can they hear us in Wisconsin? Can they hear us in Indiana? Can they hear Portland in Ohio? Can they hear us in, where's Michigan? I'm Margaret Butler. I'm the Executive Director of Portland Jobs with Justice, and it's so great to be here with you guys. So I'd like to introduce Leonard Fern with the American Federation of Government Employees to talk a little bit about the cuts that are proposed.
Thank you. Brothers, sisters, and friends in labor, it is a pleasure to be here. I thank Jobs with Justice for the invitation. My name is Leonard Fern. I'm the president of the American Federation of Government Employees, Local 2157, the Veterans Hospital Administration, Veterans Benefit Administration, and the Willamette National Cemetery here in Portland, Oregon. I'd like to certainly point your attention towards the governor of Maine, who orders labor mural to be removed from the Department of Labor. Yeah, he wants that. So Wisconsin wants to silence us, and Maine wants to eliminate the memory of labor. So here's what I need your help to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to say, there ain't no power like the power of the union, because the power of the union won't stop. All right? Here we go. There ain't no power like the power of the union, because the power of the union won't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the union, so the power of the union won't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the union, because the power of the union won't stop. There ain't no power like the power of the union, because the power of the union won't stop. All right. Good job. 1 week ago Friday, the federal workforce paused in the wake of a government shutdown. A shutdown intensified by the vast impact that it would have on all Americans. The federal workforce was placed on notice that in the event a shutdown was necessary, a system of furloughs would be implemented and a plan was to be available for all to prepare. The American Federation of Government Employees, AFGE, had asked for the plan and eventually filed a lawsuit to get that plan from the Office of Management and Budget, OMB. This shutdown was avoided in the last 30 minutes of the 11th hour. One story struck me especially, as I too am a former Marine. A young Marine in E3, his wife and little baby who lived from paycheck to paycheck in off-base housing to be together as a family, doing his service to this country. The Marine provides the only income for the family. And he proclaimed that he would not be able to feed his family if the shutdown was to happen. Living off base, not having access to the chow hall, and a threat of no income meant that his problem grew at each attempt to a solution. And this scenario played out in many other households of Americans counting on income from government services. And the question is asked, who will fight with me when the call is to ensure freedom and free speech for people at or any cost? Who will fight when the wealthy Americans refuse to recognize the true neglect and job loss for agencies such as agriculture, commerce, justice, science, energy, water, financial services, education, veterans, transportation, and housing and urban development?
We will.
Who will fight for me when I live the dream that becomes more and more nightmare each year? I'm a Patriot and Union member, serving AFGE as the VA Council Vice President for Alaska, Oregon, and Washington. So that picture is pretty broad from where I stand. I've been a member since 1985. I have 34 plus years of federal service.
Woo!
And trust me, last week was the worst situation or scenario that I've ever seen in the federal system.
Right.
Threats to the federal workforce are growing with every self-centered idea that the budget and national deficits can be reduced by freezing federal pay, increasing health insurance premiums with no increased benefits, increasing federal employees to pay an extra 6.2% for pension plans, cutting federal jobs by 10% through attrition, and privatizing Medicare to bring the federal budget to 2008 levels. This is 2011, right? But when you look closely at these ideas, they work to deter long-term employment of the best and the brightest, while taking a chunk of employee salaries when deficits in pay parity are already at 20 to 33% for comparative work. Plans or proposals that include drastic cuts to services would increase premiums and reduce benefits now and for the future.
Wait till.
These efforts.
Get a hold of Social Security.
Thank you, brother.
Next time we have the stock market spread.
These efforts are part of a systematic attempt to get the federal government
Wait till
to
we get.
gut the federal government while transferring unprecedented opportunities for jobs from veterans and the struggling middle class to benefit corporations and the ultra-rich. While these corporate fat cats and the ultra-rich have enjoyed the greatest of tax relief for years, reaping profits at the bailouts funded by the working class, without a show of good faith, making their behavior to be nothing short of villainous. Government shutdown seems to be okay for some, but what about the impact of the individuals without care and outsourcing without the benefit of increased efficiency and accountability? Further, who will pay for that? The working class. They're going to look to the working class. Just imagine the chaos, the vulnerabilities to our local community and the loss of life potentials that we risk because of the diminished services due to furloughed federal employees without a plan. AFG is proud to make America work, proud but not satisfied, and we have recommitted our resources to benefit the progress of the federal workforce while working to support our brothers and sisters of labor in the community.
Woo!
The last 10 years has awakened many of us to the aggressive conduct of politics and a system of profiteering over success. We're taking advantage of the innocent and attentive of those in charge. There are countless many of my coworkers that work tirelessly to serve our clients, rewarded only in seeing them rehabilitated and become stable in their transition back from a world of horror. Where our milestones have been many, the federal workforce and AFGE will stand together with labor to make a difference. For if we don't stand together, we don't stand a chance for good jobs and a good economy. So here's what I also need you to help me with. They say cut back, we say fight back. 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 Strong that we have not yet been conquered.
Woo!
In solidarity, my brothers, thank you.
Thank you, Leonard! Yay, Leonard! So I don't know if all of you were able to see, but we had the Climate Justice Coalition folks join us at US Bank. Let's give a shout out to climate justice! Now I'd like to introduce Toby Green. Toby Green's with the Laborers Local 483, and he's been working hard to pull this event together. Toby, talk about jobs.
So I want to start with a quick question. How many people here have heard of the New Deal? How many people here have heard of Franklin Roosevelt? Franklin Roosevelt passed the New Deal. We know that from our history books. What we may not know, though, is how that was passed. The way that it was passed was by standing strong and fighting. It was by workers, millions of workers. It was the Teamsters up in Minneapolis. Where are the Teamsters at right now? We have a proud history up in Minneapolis of standing strong and fighting. It was the auto workers. It was the auto workers who, when they boss brought strike breakers in, they didn't just go on strike, they took over the factories. It was Saul Alinsky up in Chicago who formed relationships with labor and clergy that previously no one thought would happen. All of this work, all the marching, the chanting, the fighting, the struggling that we are doing is all leading to somewhere. And don't let anyone tell you differently. What we need to fight for is good jobs and no cuts. Are you ready to fight for good jobs and no cuts?
Good jobs, no cuts! 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 Good jobs, no cuts!
We mustn't be fooled, though. No one here should be fooled. This is a long fight. And it is a fight. With FDR, what he did more than anything, and what we need to do here in Portland, Oregon today, is we need to call on all levels of government to support a national jobs program that will put 26 million unemployed, underemployed workers, put them back to work now. This jobs program needs to fight for a climate that it's right now being torn up. It needs to put those most victimized. Now, there is a bill in Congress right now. It has no chance of passing, but it is there. And that's John Connor's Full Employment Act bill. You want to know the best thing about this bill? Is that it goes towards Wall Street. It says, Wall Street, we're going to put a transaction tax on you. You're going to use that money and you're going to create jobs, the jobs that you destroyed with your reckless gambling.
Stop illegal immigration and people will have jobs.
We need so many more people right now to take care of the elderly. We need people to take care of the children. Here in Portland, we have over $1 billion in maintenance backlog work. There is work to do. There should be one person unemployed right now.
That's right!
I just want to finish that it begins right here, right now, today. All of us, don't let April 16th end. All of us come forward. Let's try to make landmark legislation. Portland, Oregon's taking the lead right now today. Let's move forward. Thank you.